is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Day traders, closet swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys all slept well in the bull market last night. If anybody owns crypto, you guys pretty much woke up kind of happy today. So crypto being booming, market had a decent little push, but let's see if this thing is sustainable. I can tell you what is sustainable though. That's all the beautiful people each and every day fighting that good fight. We got Chuck in the morning. Good morning. We got Alex. Attorney Dan is up bright and early. Good morning to Brian, Carrie, Chris, Christopher. Good morning, Eric, Greg, K is in the house. GWJ, Jerome, Lauren is in the house. Good morning, Martina B. Ray is in the house rocking with us. Speaking of rocking, we got Rock Fullwood, of course. Good morning to you. Ron piling in. We got Tony Win. All my peeps in the YouTube land. We got Ola Gold. Good morning. All the people just sitting in the background, just lurking in YouTube land. That's okay. I love you too. Good morning to all you guys. Let's see what is happening with this market. I have the 3-minute chart up just because I want to see if this plays out. This little, and I saw that Chuck Winston take a look at MSFT, Mr. Softy himself. All right, we can take a look at that. So, we'll see what happens, but in a short time frame, this looks a lot like a big old Head and Shoulders. We do have CPI, so not today, but tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. It's about an hour before the market. I say it's exactly an hour from the market open. So just know that, just keep that in your mind if you have any swings, if you have any plays. I actually don't think the market will move that much off of CPI. So I don't know that I would want to buy calls and puts. I think the market itself might start pricing those premiums a little bit higher than probably you should be paying. So I think tomorrow actually is probably a little bit more mellowed. We'll have some movement, but I don't think it's gonna be that big. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. Hope Yellen doesn't speak today. I don't know. Is Yellen speaking today? Someone confirm that. As of now, just fake news. We need some fact checkers. Didn't she tank the market last time she talked? We'll see what happens. PayPal has a nice gap. All right, we'll see PayPal's gap, but this could be a Head and Shoulders on a smaller intraday. It's on 3-minute, but it'll probably look the same on 5, 15. Doesn't matter, but. That would be your left shoulder. There's the head. There's the right shoulder. This would be your neckline. So we'd still have to break down here. Question is, we've got some big volume somewhere around this 409 zone. So even if we come in there, probably a bounce. How long does this take? Does this take us into the end of the day and we do nothing? We just get pure Chopzilla. But I think something like that could happen. And then maybe this potentially, but that would be the neckline I'm looking for some kind of breakage on. We are below for right now the developing VPOC. It's not going to matter too much because it's all just pre-market data, so it's a little bit lighter. But yeah, let's get some levels on the SPY in both directions. Try to figure out where we can get some resistance, where we can get some bullishness, some kind of support, and we are sitting essentially at the top of yesterday's candle. We do have a heck of a lot of support below us. So maybe that Head and Shoulders doesn't play out. But we do have some decent support here, support here, support here, support here. That's a lot. We got pretty bullish at the end of the day. Enough probably for me to say, yeah, I still want to fight that bullish. I'm ready to go bearish if we have to, but kind of still want to stay in the bullish camp for the time being. So this would be first levels right here, that 409. We are at a little bit of resistance right now. Everything is going to be tightly, everything is a little tightly wound at this point. We got 408.43. Next level down is about 407.38. We got 406.94. There's a lot more reasons to keep this thing up than to drag this thing down today. Question is, how far is it going to go? That I don't know. If we get above this point, let me try to take these off. There we go. If we do get above this point, we're probably going to have to deal with, I'm guessing, the highs of that red candle. Let's see if that also matches up with anything. Yeah, so that would take us to about 411.12 to the high side. So we do have some room to the higher end of things, and then 411.67. So those would be the two spots that I'd be looking for. Again, try not to have too much of a bias today. I think we could get a little chop. We have a lot of data coming in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have the beige book, I think, coming out at 2 p.m. tomorrow as well. So again, it's got the ability to move the market, and we'll see. But a little bit choppy. I think we have some good support to the lower side, and we have some room to run to the higher side. So I have to remain bullish. I will keep my eye on that pre-market, that pre-market head and shoulders, though, just to see if we get any type of pullbacks or selling, anything like that. Let's take a look real quick at the Qs. Attorney Dan says Yellen does talk today. Great. Just great. Well, if there's a reason to get the breakdown on that head and shoulders, there it is. Scott in YouTube land, good morning. Jonathan in YouTube land, good morning. All right, so we got the Qs. Attorney Dan says, right? No. Usually she's wrong. Wrong for the market. All right, the Qs is 317.45. And so we have a little bit more resistance on the Qs from where we're opening 317.89. We actually have a better, this is going to be called some mixed feelings for me in the market. All right, we've got some good resistance above us in the market on the Qs. So tech maybe ends its little bit of a run, 315.52 to the downside. We are inside yesterday's candle. Not only that, we got the triple whammy right here. So we're inside of Thursday's candle and also Wednesday's candle as well. We have done nothing. I know nobody wants to talk about this too, but let's go back to just to see the progression in this stock market real quick. We could go all the way back to 2021 levels. Like, we haven't really done anything. We're just sitting in 2021 levels, just to give an idea of where we're really at in this market. So we've been chopping. We are at the high end of this range. The one thing I would say, and I did this a little bit yesterday, I started clearing off some positions just in case, but not trade basis, but if you have some positions built up and they're making some money, usually it's a good thing to just take some profits. Technically, at a lot of these, just when we're channeling sideways like this, anytime you get onto these zones, they've been good sell spots previously. Will they continue? Do we break out? That I have no idea. And if it's for the long term, I don't clear any of those positions. Just keep that in mind. It's just more of like the interim type account where it's just holding some positions. I don't see a problem shaving some shares. We've had multiple opportunities to buy it back lower. So that's how I would play this. Otherwise, trading wise, I don't know. I have nothing so far. We have good, probably tight range, and most I could get out of this thing is probably chopped so far, but we'll see. All right, we got Microsoft, Mr. Softy. A little bit of a gap down. Was there news on the Softy? Apple MacBook shipments lead to PC drop. It seems like a little sympathy more from Apple yesterday. Yeah, I think they said 40% of Mac computers, or they were down 40% of sales in Mac computers. This is PC shipments, like suffer long term, so maybe a little bit of a sympathy. But we did see Apple under a little bit of pressure yesterday. The chips did really good. So Samsung, I think, was discontinuing some of the chips or struggling with some of the chip sales. So everything else kind of ran off that. It'd be very interesting to see AMD, NVIDIA, if they're able to maintain that pace. Otherwise, Microsoft is at a little bit of a level of support. Technically, it's a gap to go. We got a moving average right in our face as well. So We have a little bit of support. If this thing could break down, really looking for 283.55, then our trade comes in. That would be about 279.88. Otherwise, I'd probably be looking to buy this dip. I probably would. Still inside candle. This is still a bullish engulfing candle. Good pivot, good peak. Closed pretty much all-time highs. Not all-time highs, I'm sure, but not all-time highs, but all-time highs of this recent move inside, and we're just still chopping. So it is a gap and go from yesterday. Question is, can we really break down that Thursday candle? So that's what I would really have to watch for there. Let's move Microsoft a little bit higher on the list. Since it's the first one we looked at, it's going to be the best one. Chuck says your audio is loud and clear this morning. It's a good start. All right, because I've been yelling this entire time just to be sure, just to make everybody happy. I'm here for you guys. Which ones did I miss so far? PayPal, any other tickers? Throw those into the chat pane as well, whether it be YouTube Land or the All Access chat panel. We've got PayPal does look a little interesting. Visa partners with PayPal. To pilot Visa Plus. All right, so a little bit of a partnership. I like all the essentially all the pivots. We're running into a little. I would love to see this thing fade first and then go long. Even come down to like 75, 71, but that could be just me being greedy. Otherwise, we have a decent little descending kind of triangle. Something like this. So that is one heck of a gap out of that. Something like that. Descending wedge. We are above all the moving averages. We do have one more somewhere at 77.67. Where's the big volume candle? So this is our big volume candle. We've already been established out of that one. I would imagine if we get bought up, we probably get pushed to about 76.80. This is if we get pushed out of the gate. Probably 76.80 would be my target. I would take everything there. I wouldn't even play with it. If it dips down first, I think that's a healthier bounce. We also would get better risk reward. So we'll see on this one. I don't know if it's completely out of the woods where it's like, man, that looks like the best gap ever. It's also technically a retest gap. I wouldn't even really retest it off of yesterday's candle. I would retest it off Thursday's candle. But you did have some buyers. Nobody really got shooken out yesterday. And I could see this thing fade. If we could get it close to like 75.12, that's kind of my dream price that I would like. And maybe we could. All right, let's see. We got Tesla. All right. Let's get some of these off. The Tessie, strong breakout day off the weekly 200 yesterday. First spot of resistance is about 188.41. Probably not the best resistance, probably a little bit better. We might be able to make it to like 189.80. This will be a retest gap. So this one I'd have to wait for some kind of fade first. If this thing opens and goes without me, it goes without me. And we shake hands and try it again tomorrow. But I would be looking for some kind of a pullback to like this 185.59 zone. So I think if we could be a little bit patient, even a little bit lower would be great. 185, 184.70, somewhere in that zone would be awesome. That would give me much better. I'm a little concerned about 188.48. I think it has the ability to move past it. But then again, you do have those moving averages starting to roll in on top of you. Probably looking for like a 191.47 would be my stretch goal today. I'm not sure how much room this one has, but definitely a retest gap. Lots of buying yesterday. I think this one should come back, retest. Would love to see it close to this 184.79 zone, 184.70, somewhere there. That would be a decent spot to attempt to take it up higher. So would love to see some kind of roll down on this one. And then is TSLS, is that the Tesla short one? Yep. It's all the same thing, but if it says short, just know it's short. AI. TGTX. Yep, that one I think has continuation from yesterday. We'll pull that one up next. All right, we got this one looks pretty interesting. Definitely a decent amount of room to run. So the question is, where are we going to open on this one? Let me add this one to the list. If we open above that little VPOC, I think there is a decent amount of room to run on this thing. Did I add it? No. There we go. Let me get this pretty high on the list as well. We might be playing some AI. So it depends again. So right now, I have this VPOC from. I'll switch to percentages somehow. How do I switch that back? What did I do? Regular. There we go. I don't even know how I did that. All right. So right now we're sitting at 2307. That's or 2337. So we are slightly above that point. If we could get a little bit higher, we'd be looking for 2440. Would be our first spot with maybe 2465 on the horizon. So we can make about $1 on a $23 stock. Is not bad. And if momentum really starts to pump, we do have almost tweezer wicks. This is a Hirame. This is just hanging out. If we get any type of a pullback and we buy it closer to 2244, but I wouldn't be opposed to buying this thing almost out of the gate. Let me see pre-market on this thing. It is a retest gap too, but just that level might be a very sneaky level for it. So let's go to 5 minute. It's almost up $1 pre-market. Yeah, but this thing moves like crazy. There's your double bottom. There's your higher lows. This is all technically the retest. And yeah, so waiting to see if we can get a little bit better of a price, pull back a little bit, even with this pre-market VPOC. There is your break, your retest, and it looks good to continue out long. Question is, will they give me a setup? Is really the question. I would need to either be in this thing, otherwise looking probably as close as possible to this VPOC 2310, but this thing looks like it's going to go without us. We still have 11 minutes, and this thing is so excited. I can't wait. It just can't wait. So we'll see if we get a setup on it. Otherwise, I like it bullish. Looks decent. All right. TGTX. That is the biotech. We did look at this thing yesterday, and it is, again, continuing to just run. So getting some bullish continuation. Again, these things are going to act. What is going on with my charts? Oh, I did something. It's all comparing it. How do I get this thing off? What is happening? I'm comparing everything to AI at this point. All right, we're going to compare everything for AI unless somebody can tell me how to unlink it. I don't know. It hasn't caught up to AI yet, so we'll say that. But yeah, this is a interesting gap. We're definitely gapping above a key pivot. Also a retest gap. Biotech plays by a whole different. It doesn't play by different rules. It plays a whole different game. So can this thing open and just absolutely bat out of hell, just run? Yeah, there's very, very little resistance. Any of this pullback, just on a technical basis, if it wants to play that silly little game, we're looking at 26.46. Could be a decent target for it. I don't know about today, but it could get some more massive upside. It did already run a lot yesterday. I would love to see a pullback if we're going to try it, but looks interesting, looks decent. How do I undo this? This is going to drive me crazy. Nope. Compare. Add symbol. I don't know. I don't know. All right, we'll just leave it up there for the next 12 years. Sam is in the house. What's up, Sam? Netflix has a decent gap up. Hot off the press from Sam. Hold on. Did that thing just go away? Oh no. It's still comparing to AI. I don't know. I have to figure that one out. All right. Let's see. Yeah, pretty good gap up. I'd be very concerned about the resistance on this one. So you do have really good resistance. This is also a retest gap. I would be looking probably to fade this thing. See if it wants to bounce, get rejected off like 345.69. That would be a decent location. But it's going to have a little bit of pressure, I think, some selling pressure come in from that location, and this is a retest gap. So people are probably going to want to take some profits. Otherwise, going a little bit further out in time frame, if this thing does come back, one and retest this 338.95 zone, that's probably the spot. Longer term, you're looking to buy this thing to ride it up back to about 358. For day trade basis, though, yeah, I don't know. We're getting a little heavy on this one. So this one could be a fade. David says, can you double click or right click on the line to remove it? David gets a star. You would think that would have been probably my first thing to try. I don't know. All right. Appreciate that. Now, how do I add it back? Because I'm so used to comparing everything to AI. All right. We got WHR. Is that Whirlpool? Whirlpool, nice little gap up. Is that earnings? Nope. Doesn't look like it's earnings yet. I feel like these guys might be a little tough to trade just the way it moves. That being said, a decent gap. I'd want to. This is technically a retest gap. I don't think we fade too hard on this thing, but I'd be looking for 132.49 as point of entry, or at least seeing what happens there. And if we get a little bit lower, even down to like this 131.28, but really, really nice gap. Targets on this thing, if you're going to take it, 134.87. So if it does give you a setup, you do have about $1.50, $1.57 somewhere in this gap to a bullish side. But again, if you could get better risk reward, you're about 50-50 from the high side and the potential low side. So if you can get a little bit lower, that's going to increase your risk reward. But that is a nice gap. I do like this inverse head and shoulders. Maybe we could add this thing if somebody wants to shoot Jeremy a message, or I think Tony is doing the afternoon room today, but add that to the afternoon swing trade room. That looks really, really nice. Probably have to catch it on a pullback. CarMax is up a decent amount. This was an earnings play. I was trying to think of like some sympathy plays to this one, but I'm like, I don't really know. I don't really know which ones. Retest gap from yesterday. Nice little breakout candle. Good volume. Obviously, probably coming in from these earnings. We are going to throw this on the list. We have 69.88. Let me see if I could add a stock without comparing it to AI. But what does it do to compare to AI? That's what I need to know. We're going to throw this one up close to the list. I don't know if I want to be the first one to buy it. We do have a little bit of resistance, but if that breaks, yeah, we do have a lot of room to like 72.90. Most likely, I think this thing comes in for a fade. Probably not all the way down to here. I wouldn't be looking for 65.55, but maybe back to like 68.91. So still about 70 cents cheaper. We will watch that one relatively closely. Affirm. Buy now, pay never. Is Affirm coming back? Double bottom. That was your retest. We really got volume all the way. Again, as a swing trade, this thing looks awesome. I don't know about day trades. Slight little resistance. Very close. 11.24. Again, you're going to get better risk rewards if this thing, I don't know if it does. This is technically a retest gap. I don't know how big the retest will be, but if you can get around 1079, I wouldn't be too upset about it. You do have a good double bottom in place. I would even see a swing trade on this thing too. Affirm. Yeah, I like that double bottom. Again, this little pullback, that's profit taking. That's also the retest. People are coming in. Looks healthy. Probably get bullish continuation. So I'm going to add this one to the list. We'll see if this thing sets up. Swing trade, it looks really, really nice. Problem is CPI, if you're going to set up any any trades to enter as a swing today, keep in mind we've got a lot of stuff coming out next couple days. Let's go with BCE for Eric. This company, I have no idea what they are. BCE. I feel like I've pulled up this chart before. I'm not quite sure. We're in an area where we could get a good, decent move. 49.07 would be targets. We really have to. So as of right now, we're still making lower highs, and we did just make a lower low. That would be the one strike I would have against this thing. But this lower low did come back, kind of retested this. As a day trade, again, I don't think for day trade wise, it's something that I would play. As a swing trade, there definitely is a lot of room. Potentially next level will take you to about 40, like I said, about $49, and the one after that's about $50.83. So you do have some decent room to the upside on this thing. We've kind of came back, hit a good support, maybe enough to bounce. We haven't got down to those lows again. So we will see. All right, we got Beam, BEAM. BEAM. Man, all these, like, I think Beam was like a meme at one point, but they're therapeutics. Just kind of hanging out for right now. Yep. Therapeutics, they're going to need some kind of news release to really pop. So if you know anything that I don't know, let me know, and then we'll know things together. But if they pop, it's most likely going to come off of some kind of news. I think they make these like electric arms or something, if I'm not mistaken. I could be absolutely wrong on that. And then we got Rivian. So close. So close, Ron. You almost got it. Yep, look for some kind of continuation. This one probably fades first. So if you're looking to get in 1478, that would be our zone to do it. And it's been kind of just trading sideways for a little bit. So we'll see. I wouldn't be the first one to buy this thing. This thing, to me, I'm more than okay waiting for a little bit of a pullback to like 1473, and then we go from there. We got 42 seconds left. Was there any other stocks that you guys want to look at? Otherwise, I don't really see anything too impressive where I'm really excited out of the gate. Market's still choppy on a lot of these things. I would love to see a little bit of a pullback first. Like, how do you buy NVIDIA up here? You put money in the account, you click the button, and then you own it. That's apparently what people do. But yep, still looks strong. That is a retest gap. I'm still like, maybe this thing could fade and give me that head and shoulders I need. We're still at a little bit of resistance on NVIDIA, but not even. I mean, we're even opening above the highs of this VPOC. Market is open. Everybody in YouTube land. That is unfortunately the sound of a sweet bell ringing, which means the market is open, but that is also the sound. I got to disconnect. You guys are incredible. I will see all of you guys tomorrow.